Hi folks, and welcome back to Math with Captain Rod. I'm making this video here to be an example for you here. This is number 17 in 12.1. Now this is out of the computer work here, so most of you will have problems with slightly different numbers, but basically it's the gist of the problem is the same. So what we're looking at here is 14 plus 27x squared minus, 14 plus 27x minus 20x squared over 8x squared minus 6x minus 35. Divided by this fraction right here, 10x squared minus 44x plus 42 over 14x squared minus 50x plus 24. So first things first, the first thing to do here is take care of this division sign. And what we're going to do, or what I'm going to do, is rewrite it like a multiplication. So this first thing, let's just leave alone. And what we're going to do here is we're going to rewrite this division as a multiplication. Remember the old saying that dividing by a fraction is the same as multiplying by its reciprocal. Okay. All right. The next thing to do, we've got a lot of factoring to do. And what I'm going to do here, I think, is kind of, whoops, take this, move it down here. And I don't even have enough room on my screen to do all of this, so I'm just going to write some of the results that I've done. This guy right here, if we factor a negative 1 out, we end up with negative 1 times the quantity, 20x squared minus 27x minus 14. And then this can be factored, and I usually factor by that just kind of guess method here. And after a few iterations, I found that this factored in a 5x minus 2 and 4x plus 7. So this top guy here is equal to minus 1 times 5x minus 2 times 4x plus 7, right? And I did this off to the side. Let's see, this upper right-hand guy here, this 14x squared minus 50x. I'm looking on my paper here to see where I did that one. Okay, you can factor a 2 out of everything here. And when you do that, the resulting part of this thing will factor into 7x minus 4 and x minus 3. Okay, this lower right-hand side, this 10x squared minus 44x plus 42. Okay, so you can factor a 2 out of this. And let me write off to the side what you would have. You factor 2 out of that, you would have 5x squared minus 22x plus 21. This thing I factored again by just kind of, I like the kind of guess and check method here. It's going to factor into most likely like 5x minus something and 5x minus something. And the somethings end up being 5x minus 7 and x minus 3. Okay, and then this lower right, this guy, let's figure out what this guy's going to factor into, and I think I've done that one yet here. So some possibilities here. Let's try maybe 8x minus and x minus. Let's see, factors of 35 are something like 7 and 5. If I put a 7 and a 5 here, that's going to give us this minus 56. That's nowhere close to this guy, so that's no good. We might try 3 and 7. That's going to give us, that's going to be 24 minus 7. That one is no good. 35 and 1 almost certainly isn't going to work. All right, so the 8x and the x here probably not going to get this thing factored. So let's redo this. Let's try 4x and 2x. And again, now what I'm doing is taking a look at factors of 35. And let's see, 7 and 5 come to mind. Let's try 7 and 5. All right, 28 and 10. That's not going to give us that negative 6. So we might try 7 and 5. All right, 20 and 14. They differ by 6. So that one has hope there. And let's see. One of them's plus and one of them's minus because of this. Minus 6, I think we want minus 5 plus 14. Let me just double check this. 8x squared, we're good. Minus 20x plus 14x, there's my minus 6x. I think we're good there. Minus 35, all right. So let me circle in green all the things that are important here. So this now factored into this. This one factored into this. Process similar to what I did over here. This one factored into this. And this one factored into this. All right. So now let's kind of look around for things that will cancel or go away. Let's go ahead and rewrite it now. Let's see, minus 1 times 5x minus 2. That doesn't look like that's going anywhere, times 4x plus 7. Okay, now we can write this all as just one fraction here, times 2 times 7x minus 4 times x minus 3. A lot of stuff going on in the top of that. Bottom of this fraction is this stuff, 4x plus 7. Times this guy, 2x minus 5. Times this, let's see, times 2. Times 5x minus 7. Times x minus 3. All right, so now we're going to look here for things that will reduce. I'm going to use red here to show that reduction. All right, so these reduce to 1. Pair of 2's will reduce to 1. 4x plus 7 and 4x plus 7, these will go away. 5x minus 7, I think everything else is going to stay put here. Okay, this minus sign, I'll talk about what we might do with that in a minute. Let's see, that was a 5x minus 2, I believe. These are gone. 7x minus 4 in the top. Okay, in the bottom, 2x minus 5 in the bottom. 5x minus 7, also in the bottom. Now this minus 1 here, we could actually put that minus sign a lot of different places. Like one thing we could do is we could absorb it into one of these two terms. Actually, we can absorb it into any term we want. If I just kind of absorb it into this term, we could write this term 2 minus 5x, and then times 7x minus 1 over, and then the bottom, let's just leave alone, 2x minus 5 times 5x minus 7. I don't think there's much more to do to this one, folks. I think that's going to be done. Now, problems like this, I got to tell you, I think that this particular problem right here is about as difficult a thing as you'll have to do in this course here. So don't be too overwhelmed here if you're struggling with these. These have lots and lots of factoring, and these are not all super simple things to factor, right? So I wanted to make another example here for you folks to work off of. I hope this helps. And again, don't be afraid to put in requests. Have a great day.